Bine ai venit la Bine Crescut, podcastul unde vorbim relaxat, dar cu miez, despre cum crești un business. Povești reale, idei de growth și un trop de ironie. Exact ca într-o discuție cu un prieten la cafea. Hello! Today I'm excited to welcome Mo Zidan, a growth game changer whose career spans continents, cultures, and industries. He's a director of expansion across Central and Eastern Europe, Middle East and North Africa, and Southeast Asia. He's also Dean of the Business Faculty at Alzette University and an author who's helped build multiple profitable businesses. With over 20 years in sales, operations, communication, and market expansion, Mo has mentored dozens of startup founders, trained thousands of people, and had real hands-on experience launching in markets like Romania, Malaysia, and Egypt. In this episode, we'll discuss about what it takes to scale smart across borders, how to adapt to every different cultures without losing momentum, and the mistakes founders tend to repeat. Thank you, Mo, for joining me today.
My absolute pleasure, Adina. Thank you for having me. Happy to see you again.
Always a pleasure to see you because we tend to get into interesting conversations. And when I thought what I wanted to ask you, I went back to, I think, the first question I've asked you when we met in Moldova, which is, based on your traveling and work experience in such different countries, what can you say about the Romanian business ecosystem? And how is Romania growing compared to other countries?
Excellent question. I am here in Romania for 8 years. I've seen the curve, I've seen the growth. What drives the local ecosystem, in my opinion, is the sense of community Romania has and the hunger for growth. A lot of people blame the system. I actually thank the system. When the system is perfect, people tend to be weak and easily disturbed. When the system is not perfect, people tend to be creative. They don't take no for an answer. And this is what I found in Romania.
Okay. I remember you also, and I think that's what not shocked me, but made me, remember your answer was the fact that we shouldn't compare Romania to other countries, but
Yes.
compare Romania to itself 5 years
Yes.
ago.
Absolutely.
And I never thought of it in this perspective because we have a tendency of looking, in
Yes.
our neighbor's yard and see, is the grass greener?
Hey, please don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 15. Everybody has a story to live. I don't know what they have paid to achieve what they have enjoyed now. I really don't. So if you go to Switzerland or the Scandinavian countries, they compare themselves to themselves. That's why they're exceeding. You go to Japan. Japan compares Japan to Japan. Why Romania compares itself to other countries? Let's measure year on year or 5 years on 5 years and see what have we achieved and what, using the tools we have, what can we do else to be even better? Yeah.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And it takes the pressure off our back, I think, somehow. You've operated in many regions. Can you
Yes.
share a moment when you realized that if you don't completely change your approach, then you won't succeed in a different country or different region, and how you made a local pivot?
100%. I learned that when I left my region, Middle East. I am from Egypt originally. And I felt that when I left to Southeast Asia, if I wouldn't adapt to the local culture, which is very strong, I will not have a chance to succeed. Now, Asians have a very strong culture. That's why when they travel, they take it with them. You have little India everywhere. You have little China everywhere, or Chinatown. You have little Japan, little Korea, little Thailand. Because the culture is so strong, when they travel, they take it with them. So I was the guest there, and my job was to adapt to them. I couldn't afford to tell them, well, I come from a different place, please forgive the differences. No, it is my homework to adapt. Otherwise, I wouldn't be there. And that taught me a lot of things about myself, about where I come from and where I am that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. As a direction of expansion, when you are evaluating whether Europe, Middle East, or Southeast Asia market is worth entering, what are the indicators you're tracking? Like, could you give a concrete example of a market when you decided not to enter and why?
Yes. Remember, there is a saying, tough people create good days create weak people create bad days create tough people. And a lot of people ask, then where are we now? And I say in all of them, depending on where in the world do you live. Some places have good days, some places have bad days. So before we go to any markets, first I need to know what is the starting point, what country I'm expanding from, and what country I'm going to. And then I try to match, so we don't do the mistake of going there too late or too early.
Mm-hmm.
And from there we zoom in. Eh, Some people say too late when the market's already developed, too early when the people don't even understand what I'm talking about. You see?
Mm-hmm.
So from the three markets we're focused on, South and Eastern Europe, Middle East, and Southeast Asia, which is actually a straight line on the map like that together. I always focus on where are we starting from and what country would be a match.
Mm-hmm.
I don't focus too much on the business first. I focus on from a country to the other. And then the business comes later and then the connections come after.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
was there a market you ever decided not to enter for
Yes.
any reason?
I don't recommend anybody from Romania now to enter Dubai
Why not?
because Dubai for Romanians is over-branded. It is crowded. Romania will have a better chance is less developed markets, cheaper markets, easier markets to enter. Dubai is
Mm-hmm.
not one of those. I would
What?
advise a German to go to Dubai, an American to go to Dubai, a Norwegian to go to Dubai, but not a Romanian and a Bulgarian. You
Why?
will
Can
have,
you explain further why?
of course, because the same product that is made in Romania will have higher value in Vietnam, Indonesia, and Cambodia, comparable to going to Dubai or let's say Singapore.
Mm,
The same product. Why? Because again, the gap between Romania and any of the countries I mentioned is wider, so that makes your product value higher. But the gap between Romania and Dubai could be not in Romania's favor.
mhm.
But sadly, everybody wants to go to Dubai. Exactly
Yep.
how it was 10 years ago when all the startups in Romania wanted to go to Silicon Valley. Take me to the
Well, I
valley,
think they
take me to
still
the
kind
valley.
of do.
Things changed. Yes, they don't say it on social media, but things change. People now are diversifying, they are looking for different options. The valley is not the coolest spot anymore for startups. It was just branding. So,
Mhm.
what you're trying to say is you have built something. Would you sell it for $1 or five? Same product. Answer is I will sell it for five. Now let me take you to a market that you would appreciate it higher without doing any extra effort. And for
Mhm.
Romanians, Dubai wouldn't be that market.
This is an interesting perspective, and I see why it makes sense to actually talk to a consultant who understands this sort of things because it's a bit counterintuitive. You know,
Yes.
I think your gut feeling is go for the biggest, richest, best country you can find, and of course, Dubai would be an area we would look up to, but I would never think a product would value less in
Yeah.
Dubai coming from Romania.
Yes. I will add another layer on this. Romania can sell tech to Indonesia, for example, and can sell food to Korea. It is still Romania, Korea, and Romania, Indonesia, but what is Romania selling? Because Romanian tech will not be valued very high in Korea. But Romanian food and quality would be valued in an Asian country. See what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And this is how we match industries and countries and companies together. They're always fine-tuning on both ends.
That's interesting. Okay. Among the startups or businesses you've mentored, is there a case where a founder made an unexpected adaptation, like due to local culture or regulation or logistics, that ended up being the very thing that made that startup succeed? Like, do
Yes.
you have a success story in that way?
Yes. A gentleman from Germany, I was working with him on expansion, and they entered the Indonesian market. The
Mm-hmm.
first thing they did, they found Indonesian team and Indonesian face for the brand. They didn't tell anybody it's a German company. The Germans didn't need to appear anywhere. It was just a German technology that it was a secret that is kept indoors. The whole app, the whole functionality, the whole language, the whole tone of communication on social media was Indonesian. And the app boomed because of that reason. They didn't come saying, oh, it's German quality, people should adapt. We have done it in Germany, it should work here as well. Or, no, let us show them how this thing functions. No.
Mm-hmm.
From day one, they went local.
It's interesting though, because if they would have done that in Romania, I think their perception would have gone lower because
Exactly.
we have the thing of, well, if it's German, should be much better than Romanian.
Exactly. Thank you for mentioning that because this is exactly what we do. We understand both sides of negotiation. We understand Romanian would value German, but they wouldn't value another country. I don't have to mention countries. But Indonesia, or if you go to China, for example, if you tell them, well, this is I don't know, Italian wine. Okay, if you go to a country that never heard of Romanian wine, says this is very good quality Romanian wine, said that who cares? So branding here plays a big role. And the Germans understood that it wouldn't serve us selling it as a German product because it's not a car. They would appreciate a German car in Indonesia. In fact, they still love Japanese cars as much as they do love the German cars, by the way.
Okay,
Yeah, and the list goes
that's
on.
that's a good story and the good way of how you should adapt depending on the country where you want to grow your business. So, returning to you and all the hats you're wearing, I was wondering, how do you manage to adjust your leadership style when moving from a local team to a multicultural team, or how do you manage to maintain this sort of cohesion and enthusiasm when people come from different backgrounds?
Yes, very good question. I'm a very lucky man. I traveled to 28, 29 countries so far. I lived in 8 of them. And even before leaving my country, I was working as a tour guide. So I got the chance to meet foreigners every day. And I learned from a young age to draw patterns between people. And I know that a serious person is not an angry person. It's just who they are back home. Someone that smiles all the time is not genuine. It could just be politeness. They don't have to mean the smile all the time. And
Mm-hmm.
that's okay. Someone is very direct. Someone likes to be pampered before you tell them the news, and so on. And when I traveled, I knew more of these things because luckily I landed in Malaysia, and Malaysia is a very diverse country. They have the Indians, they have the Chinese, and they have the Malayus. And I've learned in Malaysia coexistence at its best. Everybody is respectful to everybody. You have 3, 4 religions, 3, 4 races, languages. TV channels have different languages, newspaper have different languages, yet they manage to coexist. So
Mm-hmm.
when I started to read about coexistence and sociology, which is one of my favorite ever topics, not psychology, sociology, how do we coexist? How do we co-live? Because our psychology changes based on who else in the room. I'm not the
Mm-hmm.
same talking to my employees versus an excellency or a king. I'm not the same talking to my buddies in a relaxed chat. I
Mm-hmm.
change too. I change my vocabulary. I change my body language, right? And I learned that sociology is who do we spend time with is everything. And I build on that reading about types of people and types of culture and what comes next. Is it race? Is it religion? Is it geography? Where are you based? And I managed to create my own system. And I've taught a lot of companies on a subject called team design and power distribution. And one of the things we were talking about is between race and religion.
Okay.
In my opinion, race surpasses religion, which means a European Christian and a European Jew are close to each other, right? Comparable to a Nigerian Christian, a Nigerian Jew, let's say.
Mm-hmm. I see what you mean.
You as a European Christian will be closer to Europeans regardless of their religion, comparable to Europeans, comparable to people from different race that has your religion.
Interesting. You
See?
mean in our value system?
Yes, a value system and how you see things.
Mm-hmm.
It is the race that is stronger than religion, 100%. And most people are not aware of that.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, why do you think that is?
Because race is how our brain is wired.
Mm-hmm.
Culture comes with race and it's very, very, very strong. That's why when religion travels from one country to the other, it changes a bit
Mm-hmm.
with the change of the race.
Interesting. I
See what I
never
mean?
thought of that, but
And
makes sense.
when you take that into work and do team design, you learn that okay, a Christian American white man could go hand in hand easier with another man than another Christian Japanese or Christian Indonesian because they're not the same race.
Mm-hmm.
And I am one of 6 people in a team for a company in the UK. We're teaching executives before they relocate. We are doing them giving them culture adaptation courses. So we're teaching them and teaching their families too. Wives are part of the program as well because she will be networking in the new country too.
Mm-hmm. That's
And
interesting.
the
Yeah.
very tiny things we speak about. Who do you touch? Who enters the room first? What topic do I avoid? All these kind of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see, you never think of these when you
No.
just mostly live in your country and whatever comes natural to you feels
Yes.
universally natural.
Yes. And also, Adina, you're right. You don't see these things when you don't leave your country. And you don't see those things when you are from the superior group. Because people need to
Okay.
always adapt to you. So your rules are the rules. The ones from the other group needs to understand how you are okay. How can I speak to you? How do I convince you? What is okay for you? I don't matter that much. You see?
Oh yeah, but I don't think there's many Romanian going abroad
No, no,
ever
not
feeling
Romanian.
they're a
No,
part
no.
of a superior group in
No,
any
no,
way.
I'm not. No, of course not. I live here for 8 years and Romanians are fantastic people. I do feel home here 100%. No, I'm not talking about Romanians here at this point, but in general, some groups think they're better than the other. So
Mm-hmm.
they don't pay too much attention to adapting because they expect the other to do so.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, thinking of adaptation, based on your observations so far, what are the top three mistakes founders make when they believe that going global means copying a local business model into another country without local adaptation? besides what you just mentioned, like culturally speaking, what
Right.
else do you think needs to be adapted business wise?
Okay. What comes to my mind first now is the mistake that let me first finish developing the product and doing market research before actually talking to potential customers.
Mm-hmm.
This fever of research and numbers and graphs, um, sadly, it takes you nowhere. You need to get your hands dirty. I would just do a simple experiment in fact, I was a COO for a company, and you know Food Panda, right? So I was
Mm-hmm.
working for
Yes.
Food Panda as head of marketing,
Mm-hmm.
and I was working there. I will tell you also the COO example after this here in Romania. But Food Panda first, when I was in marketing, I I wore the t-shirt that says Food Panda on it, and I took flyers and I went to metro stations in the morning to hand those flyers to people. So I get the fresh reaction from them. Did you hear about this? Yes, no. Will you download it? Yes, no. Will you download it now? Yes, no. Will you use it ever after downloading it? Yes, no. And I will collect the data myself, getting my hands dirty.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't spend so much time perfecting anything. We launched very quickly and let people tell us what they want.
Yeah, that's always a good idea.
You see, here in Romania too, I was a COO here in Cluj for a company that works for not food delivery, but it was an app that you will tell the restaurant you're coming, the restaurant will make the food and tell you when the food is ready, so you eat it there without wasting time.
Oh, that's a great app.
So you skip that waiting time before the food.
Yes,
You
yes, it
choose,
makes.
you pay, and the app tells you 40 minutes, 25 minutes, 10 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
the food is ready. But you eat it there or you pick it if you go, but it's ready. Uh, I have realized that the team is perfecting the product left and right, left and right. This is better UX. Let me change the logo. I said, no, no. We need to go and talk to people. I went to the piazza, the square here, and talked to people. Will you use this? Yes. Do you know what is that? Yes, no. Uh, I gave him the first page. I said, do you know where do you need to click? Is it
Mm-hmm.
easy enough? Fresh. And we go back to the tech team and said, okay, change this. Because we're going to create an echo chamber thinking we have created something great. In fact, nobody really understands it.
Mm-hmm.
So the
Yeah, well,
mistakes, yeah, sorry, please go ahead.
it is a good practice to generally speak to your users if you can manage to get a hand on them, like literally.
Uh-huh.
And it's something that definitely all businesses should do. And I like to think they do think of doing this before they actually launch more than an MVP. Have you, did you find businesses where they were
You will
full
be
on with the
surprised.
product and never talked to a
You
customer?
will be shocked. The percentage is definitely more than 50%. Like
Okay. I thought
shocking,
that would be
shocking.
basic common
No,
sense.
no, not common sense is not common anymore, as we all know. You will be
Okay.
shocked how many founders created a product because they had a problem and they thought this product fixes their problem without talking to
Mm-hmm.
anybody else. And my obvious question, did you make any survey or questionnaire before you code? We haven't.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
more than 50%. Like 1 out of 2 for sure never ever had run a survey before they actually create something. Or they could ask their buddies, like 2, 3 people around them. That's all.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
I'm
That's true.
involved in businesses right now. I'm a partner in companies. All of them, we run surveys, at least 50 surveys before we do any line of code. Nothing. We
Mm-hmm.
send a set of questions to people if this idea makes sense to them.
Mm-hmm. You know the mother test
There,
where
there is
you
a yeah, there's I think a book.
mm-hmm,
And that
mm-hmm,
is
yeah.
a small book about that. Yes.
Yeah, where you go and ask your mom if she'd use the product, and of course she would
Yeah.
because she's your mom. But
Yeah.
if you really want the honest answer, you should go and ask strangers about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you will, I will even give you another one. A lot of people who created products without validation don't even think of profit or selling. They think of fundraising. That's another issue. And I ask a
Okay.
very simple question. How are you sustaining your business? Who's buying? Oh, we never thought about that, but we're raising fund. Give me 200,000 euros. Yes, what happens when the money runs out? Oh, we will raise more. Yeah, but where is selling? Where are the clients? Ah, they'll come. Yeah, the reality of it. That's why we say 95% of startups fail because the obvious is not obvious.
Mm, okay. Between teaching, business, operations, and consultancy, where do you see that the theory diverges most from practice, and how do you personally close the gap? Mm. I mean, apart from what we just discussed, which is talk to your clients before you actually develop a product and you invest in coding.
Yes. Uh, Beautiful question. Today at 9:30 in the morning, I had a beautiful conversation with a friend and we discussed about that.
Mm,
And I told him the gap between theories and practice for me is very little. Like I try my very best to do what I say and I say what I do. Even in my classes at Alzette, I'm teaching MBA students, masters, I'm teaching executive MBA students, and I'm teaching PhD students. And none of them I share with them any slides. I don't read from a book. I don't share with them theories. None of that. We share practical case studies from real world that we all know. And from our position, if we given the power, what would we change? Depending on the subject today.
mhm,
If
mhm,
it's finance, it's legal, if it's force majeure, if it's downgrading and layoffs, if it's market entry, uh, none of it is theory. All of it is, hi everyone, if you are the CEO and I'm giving you 300,000 euros, what would you do with them today?
mhm. And the chances for the students to actually
Yes,
finish the class actually understanding something are
yes, exactly.
much, much higher this way.
Yes, in the first place, I'm a businessman.
Mm,
I was selected to teach in the university because I'm a businessman. I've created 4 businesses from scratch, bootstrapped, never raised a penny. So I know what is sales. I know what is cost control. I know what is a follow up. I know what is doing my taxes means. I know when is the right time to expand. I know business. I know what is an
mhm,
angry customer. I know how to handle them. I get it. Okay. And
okay.
most of the students, they want theory. I said, I don't have any slides. I'm gonna share maybe with you 10, 15 bullet points after we finish the class. But the class is just like this, like ours. A case study on the table and debates. Someone
Mhm.
says red, someone says green. I say why red and why green. Convince me. Because there's no wrong
Well,
answer.
that's how school used to be done, right?
Yes.
If we go back to ancient Greece
Yeah.
and
Because seriously, you don't need me to read slides for you in an MBA class. Such a
mhm.
waste of time. I could just email them to you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you seem quite knowledgeable, but I'm
Thank you very
also
much.
curious to find out if you ever, I don't know, were not right. Like, tell me about a moment when things went wrong. Maybe, maybe in a market that looked highly promising, but
I see.
you misjudged things in maybe cultural, political, or logistical way.
Hmm.
Was there any circumstance like that? There must be.
I'm trying
There
to
must
think.
be.
I have selective memory. I don't remember these things. But what I can share with you is what is not very good in me and what I'm trying to fix. I am very impatient. Uh, I don't think I have that option in my software. I can't wait for anything. And not
You need to
everybody,
have children.
yeah, they'll teach me how
That
to wait.
that will
I don't
teach
think
you
I'll have
patience.
options. Yes. But I also thank myself for being pushy because I wouldn't achieve anything if I'm just waiting. I had to push. But I have discovered not everybody like that. So
Mhm.
maybe the mistakes or maybe the miscalculations I had were me being too pushy. I don't recognize what time it is. I am working until I finish what I'm working. It could be 6, it could be midnight. It wouldn't really be different. If I have something to do at Sunday, I would do it on Sunday. It doesn't have to wait uh, Monday. I was also talking this morning about my friend that I'm not a morning person. Like I start my day at 11 or something. And
That's a good hour to start the day.
I like nights. I like to work at nights when it's quiet, not disturbed. So what I do when I have ideas and I need to answer people on emails, I answer, but I schedule the response to send the email tomorrow at 8 in the morning.
Okay.
So I send like 7, 8 emails and I schedule them. Don't send now because it looks weird when you send someone an email at 2 a.m. But send it in the morning at 8. So I will be sleeping and my email is doing the work for me because I couldn't wait and sleep and do this tomorrow morning. I have to do it now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if I go back, I would be a bit patient. I would give people second chances.
Mm-hmm. And did
I
that ever break a deal for you,
Oh yeah,
or
many times. My God, I think a month or 5 weeks ago, I said no to 350,000 euros.
okay, because of being too pushy?
Yes, I wanted things to be done my way, and they didn't want it, and I didn't want to negotiate. I said I don't want.
Well, at least you're
So,
true to your values.
and I did this before many times. Well, this was the latest one. This is the fresh one.
Mm-hmm.
More than
Hmm.
$250,000 of euros. They wanted to build a plant and all that, like a big factory, and I negotiated something, and they said, no, we cannot go back to that. I said, no, I'm not doing it. And I wanted now the answer, like, answer me now. And they said, no, we have to wait because we have to meet together and discuss it. No, my offer is off the table.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
do make mistakes. That's what I wanted
Yeah.
to hear.
Yeah. But funny enough, if I go back, I'll do the same thing again.
Yeah,
I
well,
Yeah, but yes, you're right. I don't think it's right under all context. Like sometimes I really need to
mm-hmm.
take it easy.
Okay. I wanted to ask you about all the things that are changing now, like the AI, the all that remote work, and everything else that seems to change the things go from now on,
So,
like technology that really influences our life. And I was wondering if you feel that this emerging technology is influencing the expansion strategies across all these countries that you're working with, or if things
so
might change the ecosystem in the next 3 or 5 years.
okay, good
Like what
angle. Yes, please. You want to add something?
Yeah, what I'm thinking from a founder's perspective,
Yes,
what should a founder look at if they want to break a new market in the next 3 years, for example?
right. Very good angle. My short answer will be from now on, people will value more personal connections,
Mm,
handshake. Now we can automate outreach for AI tools. We can automate follow up with AI. We can automate proposals with AI, but you cannot automate a coffee. You cannot automate a warm conversation. You cannot automate a smell. These things will make us, the
mm-hmm,
networkers, the bridge builders, the the market entry experts, will make us better and more valued in the future. Why do I take an airplane and fly and spend 2 days with someone and chat with them? This is something AI will never be able to do. Nobody will enjoy discussing with a robot anything. It doesn't matter how smart that robot is. He could look like me and they give him a skin like me and cracked jokes here and there, but we all know, that's nice for a robot. He cannot replace the human touch.
Mm-hmm.
So AI is great as a tool. It will not be a driver. It could be a secretary. It could be an assistant, in my opinion. And I believe AI, a lot of people think AI takes their job, but I do have a different approach here. AI takes the jobs that is not meant to be human in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yes,
these jobs are not meant
we've
to be
discussed
for
that.
us, right? It's good that AI needs to do that database. Nobody likes to stare at Excel sheets all day long. All repetitive, boring, brainless tasks will be happily handed over to the AI that never complains. So humans can go back for being humans. I remember working in one of the companies, and a guy sitting on my table, we had a long table. I told him something, and he said, please send me an email. Between me and him are 2 meters. I'm like, really? We're having a conversation. Like, oh, but it's to him, if it's not in my inbox, it's not a task.
Mm.
I will
Yeah.
gladly make AI does that, so my dear friend remember that a conversation is humane and email is inhumane.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's true. So you're not afraid AI is going to take
No,
your
I
job?
actually wanted to speed up. We do have clients that's having solutions to automate process, and we are selling those solutions to companies. So I want people to use AI more and more, uh, but I also want people to remember that it will take what we don't like to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't enjoy driving. I would love to have a self-driving car.
Yeah.
To be sitting reading something on my phone and completely calm and knowing that the car is okay without me.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Okay. And one final question.
Okay.
If you were advising Romanian founders looking towards Southeast Asia, let's say, what concrete steps would you recommend them to take for the first 90 days there?
Let's go there for a trip.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see the best in the market. Why are they the best in the market? Let's respect the fact that these people have built great civilizations. Let's understand from them how things function. Let's not go there with the mindset of let me show them how things are done, because they have their own system. And our job is to go and suggest new solutions, hoping they will adapt. And this will be happening in 90 days. What I do in 90 days is I put a good word for the companies I work with. I travel and tell people, hey, we have this client and I met them. They're very good people and the product is really nice. Give it a try. I'm aware that in your business, you do something similar, but maybe give this a try as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So get to know the people and the culture and the business ecosystem there before even thinking of selling anything.
Yes. You have to be
Mm-hmm.
cultural sensitive before you talk business, especially in such societies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining and sharing your insights.
You're most
I
welcome.
hope that what we discussed today is not just inspiration, but it's actual fuel for anyone wanting to scale across borders and build something durable and authentic. So I'll catch you next time with more stories that not only sound good, but also make a difference. Thank you, Mo.
Thank you very much, Adina, for having me.